So in the last sessions, we completed about okay. In the last session, we completed about get request and the post request. So how to get the resource, how to create a resource, how to get a resource, and how to create a resource. Okay, these two things we covered very clearly, right? Okay. So now the next thing what I have to explain. Have you just have a look once, sir? What I'm trying to take here is observe a bit very carefully. Why all these files got created? Okay, let me remove. Yeah, here just have a look once. Sir, first we have models.py. Any explanation is required about this one? Can you please confirm? Any explanation is required about this? No. Next, admin.py. Not required to keep any explanation about this one. Next, do you know, sir, views.py. Here, much big explanation is required. But before that, I covered utils.py to check whether the provided data is the valid JSON or not. Next, mixins.py to render HTTP response, under to serialize. Are getting like under to serialize like this, right? Okay, we have. So now here views.py. If I consider views.py, observe that. Sir, here I send a request. If I send a request related to the get. If I send a request related to the get based on ID, now it is going to provide the corresponding information. Next, to send the post request, this is the code we wrote, sir. To send the post request, this is the code we wrote, right? Next, even we covered about forms.py because okay, it should be. So to create post request, compulsory. To create a resource, compulsory post must be required. Forms.py must be required. Employee form like this, right? So now let me send a request. Let me start the server first. Okay, here cd rest API. Yes, next without rest py manage.py run server like this. I'm taking, sir. Next, let me open my test script. Regarding, let me open my test script. Here 700 I'm taking. Next, instead of Malika, just I'm taking Katana. Instead of 7,000 like this I'm taking. Next, Mumbai like. Sir, create a resource. Can you please create a resource like this, right? This is the partner application. Okay, like now, sir, my requirement is here. Have a look once, sir. Let me go to that location without rest py test.py. Are you getting py test.py? Now resource created successfully. How to check whether the resource created successfully or not? Sir, yesterday I covered one very important option for you people. What is that option? Please dump data. Sir, test app dot employee. Test app dot employee. Sir, indentation 4. Now the data in the JSON format we are going to get. Have you observed, right? Now the data added successfully. That's all, sir. So up to this, the terminology is the very clear for you people, right? Sir, how you can perform, okay, create operation, how you can perform get operation. These two things we covered in the last 2 sessions or 3 sessions, right? Sir, now my requirement is how to update the resource. How to update the resource. How to update resource means which method we have to go for. Put is the method we require to go for, sir. I want to perform updation. Updation. Which method we have to provide is so we have to provide some data. How you can do that, sir? Very simple. Let me think about partner application. Up to this create resource we covered. Now onwards, I want to take update resource. Regarding now onwards, I want to take update resource. Just have a look once, sir. If you want to perform, update resource, if you want to perform update resource, compulsory you require to pass ID. Compulsory you require to pass ID, sir. Because to which resource, to which record you require to perform updation, compulsory we have to do that, sir. Like next, sir, which data, sir, there is so that ID related. Can you please change increment salary? Next, change address. Okay, now I want to call here. Just I'm trying to call here. Observe that update resource of 3 or otherwise last record what we created, sir. PK7. That's why, sir, 7 I'm taking. Now instead of 7,000, I want to increase 70,000. Instead of Mumbai, I want to change the address as Delhi. Like this I'm taking, sir. So 7 ID record. Can you please 7 ID record? Can you please, sir, update salary with instead of 7,000, 70,000, instead of Mumbai, can you please make at the Chennai or Delhi? This is about my requirement, right? So how you can do that? If you want to perform updation, compulsory here put method must be required. Correct or not? Compulsory here put method must be required. One thing. Next, in the end point here, in the end point, compulsory we require to pass that ID value also. Okay, we require to pass that ID value, str of ID. Next, plus slash symbol must be compulsory required, sir. Slash symbol must be compulsory. Okay, otherwise sometimes it may not work. That's why. So now if you observe 127, okay, like now our request something looks like here. This is API /8 something like this I'm taking. Everyone in the position to understand, clear, right? Regarding next, here which method I'm calling. Which method I'm calling, sir? The method what I'm trying to take is put is a method. We require to implement that put method, right? Okay, please make sure, sir, how you can able to do that. That part I will explain. Sir, up to this not required to keep any explanation. Partner application is the very clear. Okay, here instead of post we took put also. Okay, well, now let me implement. Yeah, Raman, as of now, sir, let me use put method. Maybe somewhere in the next sessions I will introduce patch. Okay. Now here let me go to user.py. Sir, now here do you know URL contain ID? URL contain ID, sir. Have you observed? Partner application URL contain ID, endpoint contain ID. That's why in which class we have to take put method is yes, this employee detail CPP, because the reason is if you observe urls.py, which one is going to accept yes, ID is this one user.employee detail CPP. Regarding this one is going to accept, sir. So that's why inside this user.py, inside this one I want to take put method. Can you please tell what is the syntax, right? DEF, please guide. What is the syntax? Put on self request ID star args star keyword args. Okay, like it is there, sir. Okay, well, so now the first question. Do you know it is the put method? I hope you can able to understand, right? It's the put method, right? Sir, for the put method, the first question what we have to take, can you please check whether is the object is available with the specified ID or not? Regarding check object is available with the specified ID or not. Have you remembered, right? I implemented one method. I implemented one method to check. I implemented one method to get the object. No, it is not there. It is not there here. So in this, okay, what I will take here is get the object by ID. Yes, sir, there is somewhere. Am I implemented that method inside mixins or somewhere? No, no, inside utils. No, okay, no problem at all. What I will take is very simple, sir. Very simple. So try. I'm taking. Try, sir. Get the EMP object. EMP is equal to employee dot object, sir, dot get of ID is equal to ID. So now I'm getting employee object. Okay, employee object. Sir, except employee dot does not exist. Employee dot does not exist. If employee does not exist, then EMP is equal to none. None I'm taking, sir. Regarding EMP is equal to none. Sir, one small thing what I want to take is, observe carefully, sir. Observe carefully. Here, employee is a none. Next, return. Sir, here like this. Okay, well. Sir, that's all. This is about sir, just if EMP is available, then automatically this is the employee object. Otherwise, it is. Now, sir, based on ID, the corresponding object is available or not. Even in the future also it is required. That's why what I want to take is, let me separate this code inside a method. Inside one separate method, sir. DEF get object by ID self comma ID I'm taking. Now observe, just one utility method I'm defining. Maybe I may use this type of things multiple times. So try. Okay, if employee object is available, so this is the EMP. If it is not available, EMP value is the none. Then return EMP. Can you please observe? Just I'm writing our own utility supporting method, which is going to accept ID, and if employee object is available, okay, EMP, not available, then EMP value is the none, and the return EMP. Any doubt? Please confirm. All the people are in a position to understand, right? So because it's the common requirement, that's why I'm writing this method. Or if you want, you can move this one to the utils also. You can move this one to the utils also, no problem at all, sir. Okay, well, acceptable. Now what I'm trying to take here I will ask EMP is equal to self dot get object by ID of ID. So now instead of writing this bloody code here, just I'm calling that method. Okay, is it easy, right? Now this code will become reusable. If any other person required, suppose tomorrow inside delete method I require this code, then I can reuse this method. That is the biggest advantage. Code reusability, right? Okay, well, now I got. Sir, can you please guide if EMP is none, sir? What is the meaning of that? If EMP is none, what is the meaning of that? Can you please specify? If EMP is none, what it means? Sir, there is no matched record. How to perform updation, man? First, you are telling some ID, but that ID matched record is not there. How I can perform updation? That's why what I want to take here, just let me copy paste here, sir, something like JSON data. 1 minute, sir. Silver thing. If you within the class from one instance method, if you want to call another instance method, compulsory we have to call by using self. You know, from one instance method, if you want to call another instance method, self must be required within the class. Yeah. Now here, so just I'm taking the matched resource. Sir, here just I'm taking the matched record, no matched record found, so not possible to perform updation. No matched record or resource found, can't, not possible to perform updation. Not possible to perform updation. Not possible to perform updation. Like this I'm taking, sir. Now return JSON data 404. Okay, well, if EMP is none, then automatically I'm trying to provide. Sir, any explanation is required about this code? Can you please confirm? Any explanation is required about this code? Sir, everyone can able to understand this one, sir. Are you getting right? Okay. So this is, yeah. Okay, well, now what is the next? Sir, when the control will comes to 37, when the control will comes to line number 37, if employee is not none, if employee is not none, sir. Okay, valid. Oh, valid data only. Now the next thing what we have to take care. Okay, now the next thing what we require to take care. Sir, here we are just checking is the provided ID, is the provided ID is available or not. So before that, if you want, you can check is it valid JSON or not, is the provided data is valid JSON or not. We require to check also. Even if you want, you can check also, sir. So what I will take is, sir, JSON data. Okay, here where the data is available, can you please tell where the data is available? Request.body. Sir, request.body. Sir, now ID is available, sir. ID is available. Okay. Sir, matched record is there. Now what I want to check is a provided data is a valid data or not, is a valid JSON or not. Can you please check how to check this? Is it valid JSON or not? Friends, please confirm how to check is it valid JSON or not. Sir, valid JSON is equal to, sir, somewhere we check up this one, somewhere we had in the post regarding data is equal to like this is. Sir, now have a look once, sir. Now have a look once. Sir, I'm taking, observe very carefully, sir. Data is equal to request.body. Sir, valid JSON is JSON of data. If not valid JSON, now I'm providing, please send the valid JSON data only. Okay, like now provided data. Sir, still the control is coming to this place means what is the meaning of that? Please confirm. The control, when the control will comes to line number 42, boss, if this return statement is not going to execute means if it is the valid JSON data, was valid JSON data only. Now what I have to take is, sir, here provided data is equal to now what I have to take, JSON dot loads are, sir, data. Now observe, data means from where it's coming, request.body. Are you getting request.body? Now with this, it is the valid JSON only. Now can you please convert into Python dictionary? This is the provided data. Any doubt? Please confirm. Because it is the continuity of previous session, take very special care. Continuity of previous session, more concentration must be required. Okay, well, sir, observe, if not first ID, is it valid ID or not? If there is no matched record, then immediately I am telling, boss, no matched record found. No, sir, it is the ID is the proper. Then I will check is the valid JSON or not. Yes, provided data is available here. Now I have one small doubt. Take very special care. Here, original employee data. Original data. Here original data. Just take a bit special care about this one, sir. Original data is assumed that employee number. Original data employee number. Okay, some 700. Comma. Employee name. Okay, some Katerna. Like this I'm taking. Okay. Now employee salary. Okay, 7,000. Employee address is sir, here just I'm taking Mumbai. Like this is the data, sir. This is the data we have. This is the original data. Regarding assume it is the original data. Now provided data is now have a look once. What is the provided data? This is the provided data. Correct or not? This is the provided data. Data is only this is the part. Provided data is okay, like I'm taking provided data. Now here like this. Sir, up to this, observe, this is the original data, this is the provided data. Finally, at last, database should contain which data? Employee number 700, same. Employee name Katerna, same. Employee salary 7,000 should be replaced with 70,000, and Mumbai will be replaced with Delhi. Regarding Mumbai will be replaced with Delhi. This is about our data. So these two fields should be updated in the original data. Correct or not? Forget about code. Try to understand first. Mohan. Getting right? Forget about code. First observe that. So already this data is there. Now the partner application is telling, can you please perform this updation? What I will take here is first question, sir. Array, here the first question. Now observe very carefully. Provided data means this data, is it available in the dictionary? Is it available in the dictionary form? Python dictionary form? Yes. Provided data is available in the Python dictionary form only, because loads is always going to provide Python dictionary. Well, now employee data, where it's available? This is correct or not? It is available inside EMP. Regarding it's available inside EMP. Correct or not? I respond. Available. It is available in the form of object. We have to convert that employee object into dictionary. We require to convert that employee object into dictionary. Remember this one. What we have to take is very simple, sir. Okay. Original data is here. Original data is for you. 1 minute. Original data is what I have to take here is emp.enum. Correct or not? Because employee object, sir, this original data emp.enum. Next, emp.esl. Next, emp here emp.eaddress. emp.eaddress. Any doubt? Please guide. All the people are in a position to understand. Salabharti, forget about code. Just observe what I'm doing. Now this employee object I'm converting into sir Python dictionary form. This is the original data which is there in the database. This one is provided data for updation. Okay, well. Okay. Now luckily we are in the position to convert. Now my target is, listen this one. These updations should be performed in the original data. Now can you please tell the code? Anyone, can you please tell the code? Now, forget about validations first. How to perform these updations? These updations, okay? We require to perform in this dictionary. How you can do that? So take very special care. Take very special care. Sometimes partner application may send only ECL to update. Sometimes partner application may send only e-address to update. Sometimes partner application may send all the 4 fields to update. Okay, like, do you know, sir, which data, which parameters are coming for updation? We don't know. We don't know. Then what is the way? Again, we don't know. Then what is the way? How you can do that? Very, very simple. Don't get confused. You should be strong in Python. Dictionaries. Very simple. Original data. Dot update provided data. Provided data. You know, very simple single lines are. Whatever number of parameters are there, every time it is going to consider this one. If it is there, if it is already there in the original data, old value replace with the new value. If it is already there in the original data, old value replace with the new value. Wow, beautiful. Because how many parameters my partner application is going to send, we don't know. We don't know. Are you getting that? How many parameters? Some people may ask only salary updation. Some people may ask a salary and address updation. Some people may ask a salary address and a name updation also. Assume that. We don't know how many parameters are required to update. That's why single line. That's after this, original data contain complete updations. This data should reflect in the database. Sir, you are writing the code. Is it really going to work or not? Print original data. Let me execute normal Python code, sir. normal Python code. This is cmd d : Durga classes py test.py. Have a look once. What is the employee number? 700. Employee name Katina. What is the employee salary? 70,000. Employee address Delhi. Updated or not? Is it our requirement or not? Is it our requirement or not? Yes. Perfect. Okay, so we are not required to worry big code. This code is more enough. One line, the cinema is going to work. This update is the function which is available on the dictionary. Remember this one. Okay, now I'm taking update original data, that update of provided data. Okay, well, sir. Now this original data, with this original data, create a form object. Create a form object. Form is equal to, at our childhood somewhere we covered. Form is equal to employee form. Form is equal to employee form of. Can you please guide, sir? Employee form of. What we have to take? Right? Respond, man. What we have to take? Original data. Okay, original data. That's all. Form is equal to employee form of original data. Okay, like if form data is valid. If form dot is valid, sir, if the form is valid. Form is valid. Okay, remaining same as put method, same as post method. Let me copy paste. If a form is valid, save. That's all. Like if any errors are there, can you please display those errors? Okay. Please guide, sir. I will explain. Don't worry. Sir is doing copy paste only. Of course, in the companies also we require to do the same. Yes. Form is equal to employee form of original data. If a form dot is valid, okay, form dot save of committed true. Next, JSON resource updated successfully. resource updated successfully. Return self.render of JSON data. If any errors are there, can you please provide? Sir, any doubt? Please respond. Any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand. Yeah. Here there is one small mistake I'm doing. Anyone identified that mistake? Yes, friends. Anyone identified that mistake? I did a small mistake in this code. So we are performing updation of existing object. We are not required to create a new object. We are not required to create new object. Can you please perform updations to the existing object? If I can take like this, what will happen is, it is always a new object is going to create. No, don't create new object. What is the way? Very simple, sir. What we have to take? So consider this original data for which object instance is equal to, sir, for which employee object? You are getting employee from the database, right? That's why instance is equal to emp. Remember this one, sir. So what is the difference between these two lines? Very important, sir. Difference between these two lines, sir. Here, if you are not passing any instance, what will happen is, this with this data, a new record will be created, sir. With this data, a new record will be created. But if you provide the instance is equal to emp, then this new data will be updated to existing employee object instead of creating new row or new record. Any doubt? Have you remembered, right? Somewhere in our Django sessions we covered already this point. Already we covered instance is equal to emp, CRUD operations. In Django sessions I covered. Instance is equal to, like we require to pass. Okay? So now here instance like this. That's all, friends. So put operation got completed, sir. So what is the difference between post and put is, Sima, this is the difference. Vaishnav, I hope you can able to understand, right? Put means to perform updations. Post means to create a new resource. Okay. Now take very special care about this terminology. Is it going to work or not? Okay. Am I doing any mistake? Please consider. All the things are very clear. Yes, instance means it fetches old object. Related to old object. It is a referring old object. Yes, can you please cross check? I got employee record. If it is a none, no matched resource found. So if it is not none, then get the data. Is that data either JSON or not? If it is not valid JSON, please provide valid JSON. It is the valid data only. Okay, provided data is converting dictionary. This is the original data. Okay, so update provided data will be updated inside original data. Next, form is equal to employee form, original data instance. If it is a valid, okay, save. Next, if there is any errors are there, then send that error information. Okay, that's all. Request.body, yes, is available. Whether it is the post, whether it is the put, everywhere, whatever data sending by the partner application, how to get request.body. Yeah, there is only one more small thing is there, sir. Actually, this thing is implementing inside this employee detail CBV. For this employee detail CBV, CSRF exemption, is it applicable or not there? Have you disabled CSRF? Exemption or not? No, we didn't. We disable for the second class. Are you getting? That's why please make sure disable for the first class also. Okay, import statements anyway there. Now here, that is also last one. That's it, sir. Now everything looks good. Let me restart the server. Yeah. Next, let me consider 70,000 Mumbai is there currently. If you want, you can cross check 70,000, 7,000 Mumbai is there. Let me execute my partner application. Let me check the partner application once. Here I am sending 7 only. Perfect. 7 only. Okay, like now. Py test.py. Have you observed? Resource updated successfully. Wow, good man. Let me cross check is really updated or not. Okay, what is the answer? We are getting Katirna. Yes, 70,000 Delhi. Yes, existing resource updated or not? Getting friends? Yes, perfectly updated. Now the next thing. Now the next one. Let me observe carefully. I will show 70 ID I'm telling. If I'm sending 70 ID 70, can you please tell what will happen? Is the record is available or not? Is the record is not available or not? No. Now it has to provide what is the response. 404, no match record found, not possible to perform updation. Clearly it is telling not possible to perform updation. Now 7 only, but I'm not sending JSON data. Normal Python dictionary I'm sending, sir. Then what will happen? 400. Please send a valid JSON data only. Okay. Well, now it is the JSON. Okay. Next, sir, do you know salary? I want to update to Katana 70 rupees. 70 salary. Yeah, 70 like this. Now, form verification fail or not? Correct, because inside forms.py, have you remembered, right? Sir, I implemented validation. So input salary less than 5,000. Validation error. The minimum salary should be 5,000. Sir, is that validation is working properly or not? Let me cross check. Okay, here observe that the minimum salary should be 5,000. Wow, all possibilities perfectly it's working. Any doubt? Seema, just refer yesterday's video, then you will get much clarity. Don't worry about that. Any doubt? Body error does not exist where these are all from where these are available. Body is available inside request object. Error is available inside the form. Does not exist is coming from the model. Yes, observe, you are calling body on request. So request object contain body parameter. Whatever client partner application sending with the data field, this thing will become body. Remember this one. Next, forms.error. So here, do you know form.error? Form is which object? Employee form object. Employee form is the child class of model form. So from the model form, error is coming. From the model form, error is coming. Remember this. Next. Okay, what is the next property? You are asking, does not exist. So here EMP does not exist. Employee does not exist. You are calling does not exist on employee. Employee is a model. It is the child of models, not model. So in this model does not exist exception is defined. That's why from there it is available to the employee. That's why employee dot does not exist. So here parent classes are there for every component. From those parent classes, the required functionality is coming. Yes, friends. Any doubt about this put operation? Can I go for last one? What is the last one? Delete. Because get, post, put, completed. Next one, delete. This is a very important, sir. So how you can perform delete? Let me start our journey with the model, partner application. Okay, here I'm taking just the delete operation, sir. So for delete operation also ID must be required. Delete also ID must be required. That's why what I'm trying to take is DEF delete the resource. Okay, let me take DEF delete resource of ID. This one is not required. Next, here data is not there. Just for deletion is always based on ID. You are not going to pass any data because you are not performing any okay update operation, or you are not performing any creation. Just a delete ID is enough. Next, put method. I have to replace with which method? Put method. What we have to do? Delete. Regarding put method, we require to do delete, sir. Where it is typed? Here delete. Now observe that. Okay, well. So now let me call delete resource of 7. Delete resource of 7, sir. I want to delete the resource with the ID 7. Regarding with the ID 7, the corresponding record should be deleted like. So it is also ID based. That's why. So we require to use the same employee detail CPV because it always talks about IDs. That's why. So first question. Okay, here say this one. First one, most of the code is the copy paste only because already we did create work. DEF delete of self comma DEF delete of self comma. What is the next code we have to take? What is the next one we require to take, sir? Request star args comma star keyword args. Okay, like we are taking star args star keyword args like this, right? So now first here ID is also must be required because it should accept ID. ID must be required, sir. Okay, then what is the next one is first get the object based on this ID. Get the object based on this ID like this, right? So how to get the object based on the ID? Yes, friends, can you please confirm? Can I reuse this code? EMP is equal to self dot get object by ID. If EMP is none, then automatically message no match resource found, not possible to perform deletion. Regarding deletion. Okay, like we have to do that. Okay, well, sir. Sir, next what we have to take? Sir, now here no match record found. Okay, well, do you know we have to, yes, when the control will comes to line number 64? Anyone can you please tell? When the control will comes to line number 64? Line number 64, if EMP exists, correct. So if EMP exists, corresponding object is there. Array simply delete, man. Delete EMP dot delete. We discussed, right? Django current operation. Sir, EMP dot delete. Delete this from the database. Deleted. But here one small point you people should be aware. The return type of the delete. The return type of the delete. If you print, sir, what it's going to do here? It is a tuple, sir. It's a tuple. It is going to provide two values. Just one small thing. Let me take, sir. Print of, or otherwise here t is equal to, sir, print of t. Print of t, sir. Print of t I'm taking. Now just I'm trying to take. Of course, I will change the code. Don't worry. Just here print of t, sir, resource deleted successfully. Okay, resource deleted successfully. Like this I'm taking. Now status is the 200 only, like this. Can you please confirm? Up to this, any doubt? It's a very simple, sir. If EMP, so get the EMP object. If it is not, if EMP is a none, was no corresponding object, so return. If t is equal to, otherwise, sir, delete that, print of t. Sir, why I'm trying to print this one? Because I want to show. The point what I want to highlight is EMP.delete. It will delete the corresponding record. No doubt at all. It will delete the corresponding record. And what it's going to return here, it will return a tuple, sir. It will return a tuple. In the first value means a status. Was, is it successfully deleted or not? Status. Second one, which object deleted? Deleted item it is going to return. Okay, so to show that I used this one, sir. So this t is a tuple. EMP.delete is a tuple. It contain this tuple contain two values. First value status, second value deleted item. Okay, what I'm taking, status comma deleted item is equal to, like, sir, if it is a tuple, can I assign like this? Suppose here, see this one. It is a tuple, sir. I have t is equal to 10, 20 is there. A, b is equal to t. Acceptable or not? A, b is equal to t. Is it acceptable or not? Yes. A value will become 10. B value will become 20. This is called tuple unpacking. Have you remembered, right? Tuple unpacking. Unpacking concept is applicable for the tuple unpacking. The same thing I'm taking because it is the return type of EMP.delete is the tuple. Now this tuple first one is the status, second one is like this. Anyway, safe side. Okay, that's all. First one is the status like this. Okay, now what I'm trying to take, sir, here before that, let me show that first for you. Okay, t is equal to, like, let me send the request for this first. I want to show print of t, and then it's going to print a normal message. Here, let me check the server side, no problem at all. Now, let me check my partner application once. Partner application trying to delete 7. Yes, resource deleted successfully. Now thread dump data. Now Katina record is not there. Sir, only 6 is available. Katina data is not there. Let me show server console. Have you observed, right? Are you getting? Yes, print of t. Sir, is it a tuple or not? Tuple. In that, what is the first one? What the first one? Okay, status. Second one, employee object. Okay, which is the deleted item like this. Now, what I want to take here is, now have a look once, sir. I want to write some more extra code for you people. Okay, now what is the code? Is instead of the status comma deleted item, status comma deleted item like this I'm taking, sir. Now if status is equal to 1, if status is equal to 1, JSON data, next return like this. Next, sir, else means, do you know, if the control is coming to this line means there is some problem. Maybe database is not responding properly, or database is not responding properly, maybe some problem. So here just I'm taking unable to delete, please try again. Unable to delete, please try again. Okay, please try again like this, right? So self dot line. Clear? Any doubt? Ayo, all the people are in a position to understand, right? Okay, now have a look once, sir. Have a look once. Status success means is always 1. If it is not a success, then it's always not 1. Maybe some other case. Okay, here let me check partner application. This time I want to remove 70. This time I want to remove 70, sir. What is the answer we are going to get? Can you please have a look once? No matched resource found, not possible to perform deletion. Regarding next, here I'm taking 6, sir. 6 only. Can you please delete the 6th record? Can you please delete the last record? If you observe 6th one only. Regarding 6 only. Can you please delete that record? Message resource deleted successfully. Let me cross check again. Yes, pk is equal to 6 is not there. Now pk is the 5 only. Clear, right? Okay, that's all. This is about how you can perform delete operation, right? Now all the 4 CRUD operations got completed, sir. Okay, now in the views.py, can you please observe all the 4 methods we do? Can you please tell how many classes I took? One is talks about ID. Have you observed? Get the ID. Next put ID. Next delete ID like this, right? Delete based on ID like that we are taking. Next, do you know? Here the next one. Here this one employee to get all the records. Next to create a resource. So these 2 things never talks about ID. There are two classes, 2 class-based views I took, sir. With that, all the 4 CRUD operations we completed. Any doubt? Any doubt? Up to this? Here, there is one small problem is there with this. What is the problem is? Very simple, sir. If I want to get first record, I want to get first record. Can you please tell how you can send the request? Please guide. What is the end point I have to take to get the first record? Get resource by ID. What is your URL looks like? Anyone can you please tell? Friends, I want to get the information about first record. Okay, to get a particular record info. Now my request looks like HTTP 127.1.1:8000/API/1. Okay, like I have to pass. Any doubt? Please respond. Any doubt? This is same way to get all records. Can you please tell what is the URL looks like? What is the URL I have to send? I require to send. Okay, sir, here /API. Okay, that's all. Next, to create a resource. To create a record or resource. What I have to take? This is the thing I have to pass. This one I require to pass. Okay, well, now to update a resource. Can you please tell what is the URL I require to pass? Sir, API/1 must be compulsory required. To delete a resource. So what is the way, sir? This is the way I have to send the request. Correct or not? Sir, all 5 operations. So to get methods, get all records, get a particular record. Next, to create a resource, to update a resource, to delete a resource. Total 5 operations are there. For 5 operations, how many endpoints we are using? Endpoint means, sir, this part. After this line, after this, whatever remaining is there, this remaining is called endpoint, sir. This remaining is called endpoint. Some people may use interchangeably. A total URL is considered the endpoint anyway. But actually, strictly speaking, this is the endpoint. This part is called base URL. Remember this one, base URL followed by endpoint. So now, how many endpoints we are using? 2 endpoints we are using. Regarding whatever the current operations performed by developing our own framework. I didn't use Django REST framework here. I never used Django REST framework. So now I'm performing all CRUD operations. I developed API. I developed a simple API, sir, by performing all CRUD operations. But how many endpoints I used? Can you please tell, sir? 2 endpoints we used. Correct or not? 2 endpoints we used. But now my question is, sir, all real-time REST API frameworks, okay, supports or provide only 1 endpoint. Because all CRUD operations should be performed by using a single endpoint only. We are not allowed to define these many endpoints. Regarding single endpoint, there is a big rule, sir. Single endpoint rule in the Django REST framework. Compulsory, you people should have clear clarity about this one. All the people are in a position to get. So we did already all these 4 operations successfully, sir. But the problem with this is, okay, we are using 2 endpoints, which is not going to meet the real-time coding standards. So only single endpoint, sir. Only single endpoint. That's all. Single URL should be there. You require to perform all CRUD operations. All CRUD operations we have to perform with only 1 endpoint. If you can succeed, then your developed framework best suitable, which is going to meet our real-time required standards. This is the problem. Whatever application we developed, sir, whatever framework we developed for what we call API operations, right? Can I develop? Can I make changes? Okay, to yellow. Sir, all 4 CRUD operations with a single endpoint rule. Yes, we can do that. 1 or 2 examples I will discuss. That is the simple summary application of total cinema, so that you people are going to feel more comfortable. Once you are feeling that code, that the framework is exactly same as Django REST framework. If you are very much interested, you can learn Django REST framework, or otherwise this framework is enough, Durga framework is enough. Are getting to perform API CRUD operations like. So all resources you are allowed to perform. I developed API. This API I will share to my my partner application. Array, just if you want to get a record, this is the way. If you want to get a record, get all the record, just send. So happily I will provide my data. Is always in the JSON form. You can able to understand. No problem at all. Okay, like sir, you want to create a resource, you want to update a resource, delete a resource, like happily we can able to do that. But make sure single endpoint rule. This one you should not miss. Single endpoint rule. If we implement that, then almost the rest of framework completed, sir. Can I